Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about doublespeak and how it is being used in politics and legal terminology in general and how they've done it. I translated it in Bulgarian for anyone who wants to read it, but basically means it is a language that intentionally obscures, distorts, or reverses the meaning of words. Doublespeak can take the form of euphemisms, in which case it is primarily intended to make the truth sound more palatable. It can also refer to intentional ambiguity in language or actual inversions of meaning. In such cases, ambiguity obscures the nature of truth. Doublespeak is most closely related to political language. Yeah, well, that we knew already. Now, I want to show an example of doublespeak. And one of those examples is the word include. And this is a very important word because you'll see how it relates to Bulgaria and to all of the territories. A lot of politicians like to use this word, and also other types of banks, legal language. They use this a lot because we'll get into why this is important. To shut up. That's what to enclose something. To take in or comprise as a part of a whole or group. To contain between or within. Now, the legal maxim for include is important because this is it. Inclusio unis est exclusio alterius. And this is the legal meaning of include. The including of one is the exclusion of the other. What does it mean by this? Well, I'll explain what it means. I'm not going to read this, but I suggest everyone read it. But the blanks are blank and blank, but include sudden blank and blank, as well as nervous system blanks. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get cut off, but you understand. Now, what this means is that everything before, meaning this, what it's saying here, this is being excluded. And this, after the include, is being included. Okay? Now, this is important because let's just say, they're like, I don't know, fluoride is good. 1,000 doctors agree that fluoride is good for your teeth, including Dr. So-and-so. Well, if it says including Dr. So-and-so, that means that only Dr. So-and-so agreed that fluoride's good for you. All the rest of them before the include are not there because it excludes the other. The including of one is the exclusion of another. Here's the actual translation from Latin to English. The inclusion of one is the exclusion of the other. So everything that is included excludes the stuff that comes before. Okay? This is very important. This is the most common form of doublespeak. They actually have a special linguistic major that a lot of the presidents, or pretty much all of them, have to take at Yale, where Skull and Bones is located. And it specifically teaches them, it's a major on linguistics, it teaches them how to speak publicly, to include this kind of very deceptive text, this form of doublespeak. Okay, so let's keep going on. Now, what does this have to do in regards to us and to the territories? Well, this is interesting because if we look at the administrative and territorial structure of the Republic of Bulgaria Act, as I mentioned before, all of the municipalities are corporate. I mean, it's in the definition of municipality. But here, in this section for region, section 1, it says the territory of the region shall be the territory of the municipalities included in it. Okay, so what is this saying? It's saying that the municipalities are within the region. But if they're within the region, that means that they're included in the region. That means that they are the actual things governing. The regions have nothing to do with the municipalities. The municipalities, in this case, are excluded from the region. So when you say the Silistra municipality, it's excluding the actual region of Silistra, which is the land. It's only talking about the municipality that's registered in Dun & Bradstreet. This is a different topic, but that's registered in Dun & Bradstreet. Do you see what it's doing? The include? It's excluding the region, or it's excluding the municipality from the region. The territory of the region shall be the territory of the municipalities included in it. See that? It's excluding the region, including the municipalities. Which means that all the jurisdiction is going to the United States, or in this case, Washington, D.C. And if we look actually deeper, it's the City of London and the City of London to the Vatican, which is, the Vatican's always been in control, and they always will be. They control the world. Rome. Okay. This was a very important thing I wanted to go to about doublespeak and talk about it. One interesting thing I found, and I don't want to make a whole video about it, but that's why I included it in this. I was looking at banks, and this really, I found it interesting. Now, the Bank of International Settlements is where all of the private national banks, okay, like the Bank of England and the Federal Reserve, the National Bank of Bulgaria, whatever, all of them, they all are here. And this apparently is located in Basel, Switzerland. Okay, these guys are part of the controlling mechanism of the world. They're the Vatican's private bank. Let's put it that way. But when I looked them up on Dun & Bradstreet, their registration is not in Basel, Switzerland. It's in Silver Spring, Maryland. Okay? So, where was this? I think I opened up the actual location. Yeah. Silver Springs, Maryland, near Washington, D.C., in the United States. So if all of the banks are located or centralized by the Bank of International, the Bank for International Settlements, and their registration is near Washington, D.C., what does that tell you? Switzerland is not neutral, nor are they even located in Switzerland where their registration is. Washington, D.C. is what is actually controlling these, the Bank of International Settlements, which is registered in the City of London. Federal Reserve is registered there. Dun & Bradstreet is registered in the City of London. And the City of London, as I showed in my other videos, is tied to Unidroit, to the Vatican through Unidroit, and through what's called the Order of Ganter. I suggest everyone look at what the Order of Ganter is. That's the Jesuit order, basically. They call it English. It's Jesuit. It's part of the Vatican. Do research on the Order of Ganter, and you'll know what I'm talking about. It's a very long topic. Okay. Yeah, let's look at this building, by the way. Look at that. Yeah, that's the Bank for International Settlements. That's in charge of all the nations. The banks of the nations, remember? The Goyim? Yeah. The Tower of Babel. Kind of looks the same, doesn't it? Because that's what it's talking about. Because the Tower of Babel narrative in Genesis 11 through 9 is an origin myth meant to explain why the world's peoples speak different languages. Hieroglyphs. So these guys are in charge of that. Well, this actually, what happened here was they distorted the energetic grids of the planet and everyone forgot how to basically talk. That's what happened. They completely lost their connection with their souls for a while. It was not a fun time. That's why no one remembers anything. You don't remember what you did before you were born, even though there's a lot of stuff that you're doing all the time. It's all happening at the same time, really. But yeah, that's what the story is actually about. But these guys are in charge of it. They're in charge of all the nations and all of the mineral energy wealth of the nations that's being given to them under your consent. You consented to giving them your wealth. Birth. You're birthed, right? You have a birthday. Well, another meaning of birth, a space for a vessel to dock or anchor. Sufficient space for a vessel to maneuver. Employment on a vessel. Well, yeah, that's what happens. Remember your birth certificate? Yeah, well, this is the kind of birth that we're talking about here. You're getting employed on a ship as a slave. It's the lowest class. Basically dead. Also, as I said, in this system, remember, you're a legal fiction, but you're on the ship. You want to go back to the creditor's side. Well, once you go back to the creditor's side with the Christian name, you can get off the ship. You have that option because you're a passenger. And that's what birthing means. It's telling you that, where to go? The ship, the Vatican ship, the corporate ship, it's not in the sea. It's just at the dock. You can always get off, but it is technically on the water. So that's what happens when you get birthed. That's what a birth certificate is. And when they hand you this birth certificate, you get registered, where'd it go? Into this system, right? And then you get included into the municipalities. You're born in a municipality, in a oblast. And then the region is excluded from the municipality because it's been included. Yeah. See how that works? And then you're on the ship. They trick you to go onto the ship to get birthed on the vessel. Okay? I was doing some research on this topic here about the citizenships. I'm still trying to find where in the law of Bulgarian citizenship, which is it's all fallacy anyway. They've completely made it up. None of this stuff is official. They don't have any jurisdiction. But where it talks about nationals, like Bulgarian nationals, which is your creditor side, and Bulgarian citizens, which is your debtor side, there is a difference between the two, and they do talk about it somewhere in here. If someone can find this information, I'd be very grateful and helpful, because it'll be helpful for me, because I research a lot of things. But you can find it through here, European Commission, and you'll find the document. But it's kind of long. You're gonna have to read through all of it, or if somebody knows about it too. Estoppel. So, what does an estoppel mean? A bar that prevents a person from presenting evidence contradicting a certain established fact. Now, if you go into court right? Into their courts, into their pirate maritime courts, their dead tomb courts. And you present them with this evidence and you ask them, where's your grammatical structure? Where's the grammatical structure that you're making me accept as this legal fiction? You know, they're all signs, right? We've talked about this. They're signs. The names. What they can do is this, and they'll probably do it. They'll prevent you from actually presenting the evidence that contradicts what they've already established as being fact for themselves. You understand? Like, this is what they're going to do, unfortunately. And see, it's used as a concept in international law. The reason they use this is because all of the language is completely screwed up on purpose. English is an extremely satanic language, but it is the language that they've chosen to use because it's very malleable in what they want to do. It's very direct in its meaning and also indirect. It has one word has multiple meanings, and it can be flipped around in many different ways. If you look at the definition of international, one of it is this: any four associations found to promote socialist or communist actions. That's what international also means. Okay? Communist. International is communist. That's what it's talking about. Because it's international. It's not based on soil. Okay. And the nations have been registered, unfortunately. So it's all corporate. But that's what it's talking about. I think we're gonna end it there with this video. This was a pretty interesting topic to get to understand how including something excludes everything else, because they use this in language all the time. Keep an eye out for it. Look at this kind of stuff, because this is how they do it. You know, like they include the municipalities and exclude the region. The territory of the region shall be the territory of the municipalities included in it. Exclude the region, include the municipalities, include the corporation. So this is where they have jurisdiction. They have jurisdiction within the municipalities, within the municipal corporate system, not on the land. Okay? And play for you.
Inclusio unius est exclusio alterius.
Okay?
Включването на едното е изключване на другото.
That's what it means. Okay. And that there. This is a very important video, in my opinion. Territory of the municipality shall be the territory of the settlements included in it. Okay? Included. Same thing. It's saying the exact same thing twice. Okay.